there, Wargamers, and welcome to another Sanctioned Battle Report. I'm here with Mike today, who's come across the border from, it was Chicago, you said?
Chicago.
Beautiful, yeah. We're getting a lot of guests coming up these days, which is really kind of neat. And today he's brought 1,500 points of Militarum Tempestus. So this is also kind of neat. I've been seeing a lot of these lately as well, and not one to this size. So this is kind of impressive. So we're going to be playing a 1,500 point game on a Zone Mortalis board. He's got his 1,500 points of Militarum Tempestus with a couple Astra Militarum allies. And you said you had, what, 100 models?
About, yeah.
About 100 models. I'll be taking my Grey Knights against him in this one. I only have a measly like 34 models or so. So you're outnumbering me close to 3-1. So you definitely have the firepower on your side.
We'll see what happens.
We definitely will. So we're going to go take a look at the armies and the table in just a second. But remember, if you guys ever want to come in and get a game with us, just hit us up at MiniWarGaming.com/challenge. We love to hear from you. We love to book games. Just, send us an email sooner rather than later, because we do book up really fast and we want to try and get as many people in as we can. So we're always looking forward to hearing from you. We're always looking forward to meeting new people like Mike and seeing new armies. Anyway, let's go take a look at the table and the armies. So here is Mike's Militarum Tempestus. So from the left to the right, what do we got?
Okay, we have from the Militarum Tempestus Codex, the Command Squad with 2 grenade launchers, Voxcaster, and a medkit. We have 1 squad with Voxcaster and 2 hotshot volley guns, sorry. We have another one with 2 Meltas and a Voxcaster, 2 Plasmas, he's got a plasma pistol for some reason, and a Voxcaster. Then we've got 2 more Plasma and a Vox, 2 Flamers and a Vox, 2 more Flamers and a Vox. Then over here, from my Astra Militarum, we have the Command Squad with an Officer of the Fleet as my commander, and they just have a very old school Voxcaster. We have 2 Veteran Squads, one with 3 Plasma and a Voxcaster, one with 2 Flamers, a Heavy Flamer and a Voxcaster, and then 2 more squads of Militarum Tempestus, basically in their own little platoon, with 2 Melta, a Vox, and 1 Plasma.
All right, fantastic. Looking forward to seeing it on the table. And across the way, we have my Grey Knights. So it's being led by a Mastery Level 3 Librarian with the Liber Daemonica. The powers that he rolled for, he took 2 on Telepathy and 2 on Sanctic. So he has Terrify and Hallucination, and Vortex of Doom and Sanctuary. His Warlord trait is Unyielding Anvil, which is the, I don't know, is it unyielding? Yeah, Unyielding something or other. It's a stubborn bubble within 12 inches. Right over here, now, that is my stand-in for Crow today, because my actual Crow has taken a trip into the warp, and I don't know what's actually happened to him. So he is going to be standing in for Castellan Crow. I have 2 units of Terminators, 1 unit with 4 halberds, falchions, and a Psy Cannon. Another unit with 1 hammer, 3 halberds, 1 falchions, and a incinerator. I have 1 purgation squad with 4 Psy Cannons. And then I have 2 10-man squads of purifiers, both of them with 2 incinerators and 2 Psy Cannons, the rest all with halberds, and they will very likely end up being combat squadded. So that is going to be my 1,500 points. So here is the table we're going to be playing over. So it is a 5x4 size Zone Mortalis board. So we're making sure that we're going to get nice and cramped and into close quarters as soon as possible. Some good fire lanes, some good cover, and all the objectives have already been placed down. So we're going to go get all our rolls done, get set up, and just get going. So we are all deployed. So the Grey Knights have set up over here, holding objectives number 1 and number 6. And they are ready to move forward. Combat squadded purifiers, hoping to get as much cleansing flame as I can get. We have our 2 central objectives right down the middle. And then we have a horde of Militarum Tempestus. You never really get an idea on how many models 100 models is until you see them on the table. That's a lot of shots. And in this close range, you're going to be getting a lot of rapid fire shots, no less, as well. So we are all set up. I did win the roll for table side, but Mike won the roll for deployment, and he had me deploy first. So I'm currently going first. Mike, would you like to try and seize the initiative?
I guess I will.
You will?
See
okay.
No.
Oh, so close. I almost saw that 6 there. Alright, so we're going to go into first turn Grey Knights. At the start of my turn, I'll draw 3 objectives. We'll get Big Game Hunter. We have no monsters, creatures, or vehicles, so as per our house rules, we just get rid of that. Behind enemy lines. Oh, that's a fun one to draw on turn 1. Objective 3 and secure objective 6. My first movement, this squad of Terminators is just going to move forward 10 inches, I wish. 6 inches. Just start moving towards some more objectives. This Purgation squad is just going to hold tight because they're on objective number 6. Speaking of which, mysterious objectives, 5. So that is going to be the scatter field generator. So it's going to be +1 cover save for them. This unit of Purifier is going to move forward 6 inches as well. Again, just kind of moving up and getting into position. This unit of Terminators with Crow attached to it, just going to move forward 6 inches as well. Going to open up this door here, and these Purifiers are just going to wrap around the corner. This other unit is just going to move forward 6 inches, and not quite sure where they're going because things are going to get bottlenecked very quickly in this game. This unit of Purifier is going to crawl over those crates, so 5 inches forward, so that's enough to get them mostly over. Going to be stuck and going through difficult terrain again next turn, but it is what it is. And that is going to be my movement phase. So not much going on just yet. We're going to jump into the psychic phase. So I'm currently sitting on 16 warp charges. I'm getting 8 from the Purifiers, 2 from both Terminators, 1 for the Purgation squad, so that's 11. Crow is giving me another 2 for 13, and then my Mastery Level 3 Librarian is giving me an additional 3, plus D6 for 1.
No.
Oh, so Mike is going to have 1 die to dispel my 17 warp charges. You know what, at the very least, I'm outside of range of most of my scary stuff, so I don't think you have too much to worry about this turn. I think the only power I'm going to try and manifest is going to be Sanctuary, just in the off chance that you can somehow get some shenanigans in close to me. And needing 1 warp charge, it's going to go off with 2. So their invulnerable save is now going to be a 4+. And that will be my psychic phase. I did quickly forget to find out what objective number 1 is, so we're going to quickly find that out. 4! So that is a targeting relay, so re-rolling 1s to hit in the shooting phase. To hit. Moving on to the shooting phase, I just have a whole bunch of running to do. So starting with this Purifier squad, they're going to run forward 4 inches, and they're just going to get through the door and start moving forward a little bit more. This Purifier squad over here, 4 inches as well. And they're actually going to wrap around this way a little bit and see if they can use one of the side alleys or side corridors. Just get a little bit closer here. The Terminators with the Librarian are going to be running forward 1 inch, so they're in no rush to get anywhere.
They know what's on the other side of that
A
door.
whole lot of guard fire. Gonna see if I can get these Purifiers off the difficult terrain. With 6 inches, that'll definitely do the trick. Ironically, I'm just gonna have to put them behind more difficult terrain, but is what it is. Zone Mortalis. And I think that unit's just gonna stay put, as well as no, they're gonna run it forward as well. 2 inches, my Terminators just don't want to go forward that far, it seems. Might have something to do with all those guard guns. And with that, I will end my turn. So only 1 objective was secured, which was objective number 6, being sat on by the Purgation squad, rather. So I will score 1 point for that. I still have objective number 3, which I'm not too far away from. And I think I'm going to get rid of Hold the Line. And we're going to go into Militarum Tempestus, turn 1. Sorry, behind enemy lines is the one I'm getting rid of, not Hold the Line. Just important distinction there. On Mike's turn 1, he's going to draw 3 objectives and get secure objective 3. Oh, we're going to have a fight there. Oh,
That's
domination.
not good.
That sucks. And no prisoners, completely to destroy something.
That could happen.
It's possible. So we have a couple mysterious objectives over here to discover. So number 2 is 6. So that is a grav wave generator. So anything charging it's going to add 2 inches to the range there.
Okay.
And then we have the objective number 4 over here, which is 4, targeting nexus. So anyone holding that objective rerolls 1s in the shooting phase.
I like that.
Starting with this unit over here. Really nice thing about Zone Mortalis, all those tiles are 2 inches, so it makes things nice and quick. These scions over here just going to creep over a little bit. Basically setting up your lanes of fire so you can try and get as much as soon as I open the door. These scions just going to move forward 6 inches. There's going to be a big fight going over this central corridor right here. It's going to be interesting to see who holds the advantage between the shooting or the melee. Next unit of guard moving forward 6 inches, and these are the ones with the flamers, right?
Yep, and a heavy flamer.
Oh, geez, I keep forgetting guard can do that. Are these veterans?
They are veterans.
All right. Yeah, their hat should have told me that much. Only veterans would wear a hat like that into a combat zone, right?
Totally.
Another group of veterans just going to move forward. Scary thing is you have all this plasma in here. One good volley is going to just eliminate a unit completely.
Or make them blow up.
Oh, exactly.
But it's plasma. Either way, they're going to have fun.
Exactly. These fellas just going to creep around a little bit. When we set up the board, we didn't really think about all the various choke points we were going to have here, so it's going to be a very bloody fight.
This is going to be fun.
A couple more scions moving forward.
They have meltas.
The lovely Casterkin models. Love those so much. The command squad just going to stay put on objective number 2. Some more scions just moving forward. These scions just going to move forward into this little pocket here. And just get ready for whatever counterattack they can muster.
They have flamers too.
These scions just going to move up. And as we were going through, Mike just keeps saying, yeah, these guys have flamers too, and these guys have flamers too, and oh, plasma over here. I'm starting to think you built your list for Zone Mortalis.
Gee, maybe I did.
I wonder. It's almost as though we talked about this beforehand.
Yeah.
And that will end the movement phase, so they're just getting ready to breach through the doors and shoot as many Grey Knights as they possibly can. This front squad of veterans running forward, 4 inches.
They're just going to go right up to the door, but they're not going to open it.
Oh, I see you've played this game before.
I've seen you play it before.
Yeah, it's usually a good idea to keep the door closed until you're ready for it to be open. This rear unit of veterans running forward as well.
Dude.
That's unfortunate. It's going to block that small unit of scions there. Another unit running forward. Oh, only 1 inch.
They don't want to go anywhere. Run forward.
Some more scions moving forward. 3 inches. Just going to hug the door.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, because even with my 6-inch movement, that's not enough for me to get through that door and then open up that door and get a nice little incinerator template on you. These guys are going to stay put and basically just form a firing line and looking right at that door.
These guys will run forward.
Okay.
2. That's enough. Get them right up to the door.
Have them stare at the door too.
Totally.
All right, works for me. Another group of scions running forward.
2.
Your group is very cautious.
We are.
But you know what? That's not too bad, because in a game of Zone Mortalis, you really don't have a lot of room to move around with anyway. So you almost waste the 4s, the 5s, and 6s on the runs. And that will take us to the end of the shooting phase. No more. Well, no shooting, no line of sight, and just everyone getting prepped. And at the end of the turn, Mike's just going to get rid of domination, holding on to objective 3 and no prisoners. First turn for both of us, just very easy, very quick getting it into position as we jump into the second round of turns for Grey Knights. At the start of my turn, I'll draw 2 new objectives. So objective 3 and demolitions, which we got none of those. So instead, we'll get objective 6 again. Starting with this unit of purifiers, just going to move 6 inches forward and just... oh, do I want to open that door or not? I don't think I want to open that door just yet. I'm just going to go forward and basically take objective number 3 right there, because it is mine for the grabbing at the moment. These Grey Knights, ever the brave and stupid warriors that they are, just going to move forward 6 inches. Sadly, my incinerator is out front. Not quite what I wanted when I'm going to be shot at first, but whatever. It is what it is. And everyone else just going to sort of hang out by the side. This unit of purifiers, they're actually just going to hug the wall and make use of their cleansing flame. And maybe try and bring some guardsmen down before I actually have to deal with them in shooting. And this unit just going to pretty much do something similar. These purifiers over here, just going to move 6 inches this way. And start wrapping around the little corridor here to try and get as close to this chunk of guardsmen to get a cleansing flame off. This unit of Terminators is going to move forward 12 inches. I wish 6 inches. Just going to get them closer to the door. With Crow just kind of hanging out in the back there. Not opening it up just yet because I figure next turn open the door and then I'll actually get a charge possibility off. That's going to be the end of my movement phase, and we're going to jump into the shooting, or the psychic phase rather. So I have 16 plus d6 for 1, so I'll have 17 total.
Yeah.
I'm going to start off with Cleansing Flame on this unit of Purifiers, and the 9-inch Nova is enough to hit up to 6 of those guys there. I'm going to throw 5 dice at this, Warp Charge 2. It will go off, but I will also Perils. First thing, let's find out what the Perils is. 4, so gonna take a wound, no saves of any kind allowed, and the one I nominated was actually the center guy with the side cannon, so he is just dead. And 2d6 strength 5 AP4 hits for 8 hits. Now we can only actually kill 6 of them, so you know it's not as bad as it looks. Wounding on 2s. 4 guardsmen will go down.
Wow. What was his strength on that?
Strength 5.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah. So the 3 flamers are dead, and 1 guy from behind. I'm going to nominate this Purifier here, cast Cleansing Flame again. I can only actually reach 1 guy, so I'm not going to put too much effort in trying to get this one off. Needing 2 successes. It will go off once again. 2d6 hits for a total of 7. And with 7 hits with no saves, we're just going to take them off. Lastly, I'm going to throw 4 dice at Sanctuary onto this unit of Terminators here. And it will succeed with 2. So their invulnerable save will go up to a 4+. And I have 5 dice remaining, but nothing left that I'm going to be casting. Oh, actually, I got to check some range there. Crow might be within range to get a Cleansing Flame off on that unit, so I'll have to double check it. And he's actually just out. So no more sexy powers going off, so that will be the end of my phase. One quick thing, forgot to find out what objective number 3 was. 1, Sabotage! So at the end of every turn, we're going to have to find out if that explodes on us. At the end of the phase, we do have a leadership check that needs to be made on these guardsmen, veterans. Ooh, leadership 10.
They run.
No, okay, so they're going to go. So unless you roll Snake Eyes, I think they might just be destroyed.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, so unfortunately they flee. They can't go any further than their own unit, and it just destroys them. Which will grant first blood to the Grey Knights. But you know what? There's going to be a lot of firepower coming back very soon. Gonna see how long I can withstand against it. This unit of Terminators in the shooting phase is gonna run 5 inches. Just gonna sort of wrap them around a little bit. I don't know if actually getting more guys in here is the bright idea or not, but I need them in there so I can actually do some stuff. These Purifiers are gonna run forward as well, 4 inches. So just opening up the door and moving forward. These Purifiers running 2 inches. Just going to wrap around the corner a bit here. And this unit of Terminators just to get a bit better position. 2 inches. So they're just going to pile in a little bit closer. And that will be the end of my shooting phase. So once again, not a lot going on just yet. But it's becoming a bit of a game of chicken. So we're going to find out who goes first and how much casualties can be caused. So at the end of my turn, I was able to secure Objective 3 twice, as well as getting Objective 6. So this is putting me in an early lead for points, but with the decks, things can always change, and there's still many turns ahead of us. And at the end of the turn, we see if the objective is sabotaged and goes off. No, it does not. At the start of Mike's turn, he's going to draw another objective and get
Big Game Hunter.
We have no vehicles or any flyers or anything like that. So
Psychological warfare.
all right, make something run away.
That could happen.
Starting with these fellas in the movement phase. Gonna get the melta-guns within line of sight as soon as the door opens up and get as much firepower going through.
And I will be opening this door too.
Yeah. You should be able to delete a couple Terminators, I think. Even with my 4-up invulnerable save from Sanctuary.
Hello.
Hello. This unit's going to move forward as well. these guardsmen, our veterans, are just going to move up as well. Regardless of the fact they just watched their other unit get flambéed. But they got to take objective number 3. Another unit of Scions just going to move forward. Scions just going to move up. Going to act as the brave bait that they are. And these plasma guns are probably going to just open up the door afterwards and cause havoc as soon as I enter into the room. These Scions just following up. And these guardsmen, or Scions, just going to reshuffle a little bit, get their plasmas into optimal position.
Yeah.
And these Scions just going to shift over and hold the middle there and be prepared to go either way that they need to go. And that's going to bring us to the end of the movement phase. So no psychic phase, so going to jump into the shooting phase. So orders to begin, I guess.
Oh yeah.
This command squad going to try and issue the twin-linked order to these Scions.
Need an 8. Don't get it, but they have Vox casters.
They sure do.
Roll.
There you go. Alright, so they are twin-linked, starting with the melta guns. Reroll that 1. There we go. And wounding on 2s. 1 wound, but 4 up invulnerable save, thanks to Sanctuary, which I'll make. And 15 hotshot las guns, hitting on 3s, twin-linked though. How many more can you add to that?
A lot.
Not too bad. So that'll be 14 hits. Needing 5s to wound. That's actually pretty good. That squad's going to take 7 wounds. Statistically speaking, I should see at least 1. With my statistics, I should probably see like 2 or 3 here. Or not apparently. So the dice are apparently on my side today, as this unit just weathers the fire. Going to issue another order onto this unit here. I'm going to try and give them twin-linked. There you go. So both plasma guns are in line of sight and rapid fire.
First one.
Both are going to hit.
Second one.
Twin-linked.
Thankfully.
Okay, so 3 plasma hits and wounding on 2s. So 2 more wounds, 4 up invulnerable save. Oh,
we're good.
I'll make them both. And 7 hotshot las guns. A twin-linked though, so reroll all those 2s. Alright, 5 hits. 5s. So there's another one there. And I'll make the save. This unit of Scion's going to run. 2 inches. Now it's enough to spread out a little bit, get a little bit closer, and just make it harder for me to get as many Terminators into that room as possible. And this unit's going to stay put. And that will be the end of the turn. So one last turn of getting prepping for position. And we're going to find out what happens going into the next turn. So Mike's just going to ditch Psychological Warfare. At the start of my next turn, I will draw 3 objectives. Got Kingslayer, Assassinate, and... oh, no demon, so destroy the demon is useless. So instead, we'll have Secure Objective 4. And before we forget, gotta find out if this objective blows up at the end of the turn. Not yet. For my movement phase, these guys are actually just gonna shuffle around a little bit, and the the incinerator's just gonna go right up to the door. These purifiers just gonna move up to the door. Not quite opening it up just yet, but getting close enough that they can start getting their cleansing flame off again. These purifiers just going to move forward 6 inches and get into cleansing flame range. I think that was more than 6 inches actually. Just bring them back a bit.
There we go.
Yeah, that looks better. I don't know why I jumped them so far forward. Over here, just going to open up the door and walk in. So there's 2, 4, and get them right over there. And the other one, get right there, and everyone else is just going to kind of get bottlenecked back here. These purifiers just going to move through the door. And these guys are just going to stay put there. So with movement done, going to jump into the psychic phase. So 16 plus d6. Wow.
It's going to be one of those games.
It's going to be one of those games. Starting with Cleansing Flame. Going to try and barbecue that unit there. Going to throw 5 dice at it. I will succeed with 2, and unfortunately with only 1 denial or warp charge, there's no denial there. How many hits? Only 3. 3 hits, wounding on 2s. And only 2 of your guys will actually go down. So those front two, dead. Now these purifiers are in a rough position now because I didn't open the door, so there's no shooting going through there. And there is 3 plasma guns. Nope, 4 plasma guns because there's another unit of Scions there. I think you're finally going to start getting your retribution.
There's also 2 Meltas back here.
Oh god, melta guns too. Oh yeah, I think you're going to get some retribution going forward.
I think so.
This unit of purifier is going to do the same thing. Going to be able to hit 3 in this squad, 6 in that squad if it goes off. So needing 2 warp charges. Ooh, I rolled 1 too many dice there and got a perils as a result. So it will go off, but before we check that out, let's find out what happens with the perils. Oh no. Okay, this could potentially be really bad for me. So I have to make a leadership check of 9. If I fail, oh yeah, he's just dead. So no saving him. But if I happen to fail this, then it's going to mean another D6 Strength 6 AP 1 hits. So I need to roll 9 or less. Okay, so I will be okay. And how many hits against the units? 6 total. So against that unit of Scions, it will just be 3 dead because that's all I could reach. And then this unit of Scions over here will result in 4 deaths. So, do you want to try and look answer your sergeant there?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
I think there's... Nope.
No, 4+ is a lookout. Yep. Because on characters it's a 4+, independent it's a 2+.
Right.
And over here, I really need to get Sanctuary off because otherwise there's a lot of Plasma and Melta looking at me. I will succeed with 1, so you do have an attempt to deny.
Try this. Here we go. Come on.
No, so close. So Sanctuary will go off, and I will have a 4-up invulnerable save on that unit of Terminators. Couple leadership checks. So starting with
They're
this
with
unit here.
18. They're leadership 9.
Beautiful. They're fine.
Just...
And then this unit over here.
Oh,
Ooh,
no.
That's not good. Do you get any rerolls or anything like that?
No, I don't. They don't have a banner.
Ooh.
So they're running back.
5 inches. You know what? I think
They'll be okay.
Yeah, they'll be okay, so you'll get a chance to rally. If it was any more than 5, they just would have been dead. That will take us into the shooting phase. Over here, the incinerator is just going to fire in and cover a good chunk there. So the incinerator is going to be able to get 8 of these guys. So these are going to be wounding on 2s with rerolls for shred. And that's just going to be 8 dead Scions. I'm going to hold off on the Storm Bolter because I'd rather charge in to get the extra little distance there. Over to here, going to start by firing into the Scions with the side cannon. 4 shots, hitting on 3s. Only 2 hits. Wounding on 2s. That's 2 more dead Scions. I'm going to hold off on the Storm Bolters over here as well because, once again, I want to charge in to get a little bit more distance. So that's going to take us into the assault phase. So I'm going to start with this one over here. This unit of Terminators assaulting into the Scions, so you'll get some Overwatch. You do get to roll an initiative check to see if you fire at full ballistic.
So initiative 3.
You sure do.
Yeah.
Starting with the hotshot las guns. Oh,
Wow.
that's a little rough.
1 hit.
On a 5, it's gonna wound. So let's see if I get mulched. Oh, okay.
Finally.
So you've taken down a Terminator. Well deserved to take down 2. Let's see if you can do a couple more.
Let's do this guy. Bolt pistol.
All right.
He hits. He needs not that.
And then the hotshot volley gun. And the hotshot volley gun.
Actually hit once.
Yep. Now we're giving it the 4 shots because technically the last movement phase was mine and not Mike's, so he should be able to fire fully, but no wounds. And gonna assault in. Got 11 inches, so he's gonna go in first because it's got to be closest to closest, and then he'll make his way over here, and everyone else will just sort of make their way in. And 1 assault to declare over here against that remaining the remaining 2 Scions. So go ahead and roll your initiative check. 6. So they will be firing at Snapfire. 3 hotshot las gun shots. So 1 hit. Wounding on a 5.
Yes.
That will wound. And I'll make the save though. And do I make the charge?
Yep.
Yep. 8 inches will be enough to make the charge. So in he goes. But I'm gonna get kind of bottlenecked here at this point, which is gonna give you a chance as soon as the combat is done here to really lay some hurt on, I think.
Yep.
The start of the combat phase. Oh, the hammer can't move in, and he is stuck there. So it looks like I'm only going to have the Incinerator with Sword and the Falchions attacking to begin with. I'm not issuing any challenge. Are you?
Nah.
Nah. Okay. 7 attacks from the 2 guys that can actually fight at this point. So hitting on 3s. So 5 hits. Wounding on 3s. And that is enough to take out the 2 remaining guys. They will consolidate 6 inches. Not really a lot, but you know what? I want to keep the Incinerator alive as long as possible. So he's going to shift back like that. And everyone else is going to be a Blade of Meat Shield. Over here, he's going to pile in. And should get a bunch of attacks coming in. Crow is going to issue a challenge. Would you like to accept?
Sure.
Okay, so what we have to do then is he gets moved out of the way, he gets moved out of the way, he gets moved up there, and Crow gets moved up right there. And then he gets shuffled into the back, he gets pushed back there. So Crow has some certain things in the challenge. He's AP2, he's got, he rerolls his saves, that sort of stuff. He doesn't get it outside of combat, but he's kind of beastly in. So Crow's going to go first. 4 attacks, hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s. Alright, so only 2 hits. And only 1 wound. So Crow just mulches through your sergeant there. Because when he's in a challenge, he does count as having the smash rule, which grants AP2. And it looks like at this point, only these 2 guys are within the 2 inches. So, oh, no, it looks like he is as well. So that's going to be 10 attacks. Hitting on 3s. Oh, I should have rolled these separately because the swords are going to be wounding differently. So I will take the... Oh, I'll say the halberd missed. And these are all sword hits. 2 halberd and swords are... How do you want to do it?
I don't care.
You don't care?
All dead anyway.
So we'll treat these as the halberd hits. So they'll be 2 dead from the halberd at strength 5. And then the sword... Yeah, there we go. We'll take out the remaining guy. And they will consolidate 2 inches and hope that they can weather the plasma storm coming in. And that is going to be the end of the turn. Now, at the end of my turn, I was able to get assassinate by taking out an enemy character. Only 1 enemy character though, so only going to be worth 1 point in that regard. Not that it really matters much at this point. But we have a lot of plasma coming back at me this time around, and I'm going to have to hope my saves weather me through. Otherwise, you're going to take out my big hammer units and be able to start doing some advancement. At the start of Mike's next turn, he's going to draw another objective and get objective 2.
See if I can shuffle a bit.
So objective 2 just happens to be one he's currently holding. Does this unit of Scions rally at the beginning of Mike's turn?
Yes.
They sure do. So they'll just rally 3 inches. They're going to be snap firing this turn, but you know what? Any shooting is better than no shooting. This unit of Scions opening up the door. They're going to get into position, get as much plasma shots into the Terminators as possible.
1, 2, 3.
So there's going to be 2 plasma guns and a plasma pistol, not to mention a whole bunch of hot shot las guns coming in at me. So this should do some damage. Over here, these veterans are going to go open up the door and get their plasma in line of sight of my purifiers. Hello there. So for the Grey Knights, the party's over. It's time to start taking some plasma to the face. These Scions going to shift around a little bit, not going over the difficult terrain, just around it, but getting another plasma gun within range. Next group moving forward. Commander's just going to shuffle a little bit just to get everything within range for the orders, while still holding on to the objective. And before we continue, realize I forgot to see if this objective explodes. It does not. These Scions just going to wrap around a little bit. Try and get as much things in line of sight of the Terminators as you can. These guys just going to shift around a little bit. Make sure that the plasma gets nice and close. Command squad just kind of shifting around a little bit as well. And that's going to take us into the shooting phase. So let's start off with some orders. Where do you want to start?
He's going to give his senior officer ignore cover roll to those guys.
Okay.
So needing an 8. Not getting it,
Ooh.
but...
Do they have a Voxcaster?
Yes, they do.
They sure do. There you
This
go.
time, start with the Melta.
Starting with the Meltas, hitting on 3s. Ooh, 1 hit, wounding on 2, and ignoring cover. So just bam! Purifier goes down. And the Hotshot Lasguns out of rapid fire range, but both are still hitting. Wounding on a 5, 2 wounds. Oh, another Purifier will go down, which is one of my incinerators. The squad sort of sandwiched in the middle there, going to fire into the Purifiers as well. The Plasma Gun in rapid fire range. Both are going to hit. Both are going to wound. So firing through the bulkhead, so there will be a 4-up cover save against this. No. But thankfully, only one guy was in line of sight, but it is my other incinerator. These veterans, all the plasma guns can see the 2 remaining purifiers here, so they're going to just unload.
2 hits.
Yep. Second guy.
1 hit.
And the final.
2 hits.
So 5 hits. On 2s. 4 wounds. So let's see if I can make these 4-up saves based on the bulkheads there. Nope. The last 2 purifiers will go down, opening up the route for objective number 3. So in addition to wiping out that unit, that will actually get you no prisoners. So you're starting to get on the board with some objectives. Now normally we're supposed to give all the orders at the beginning, but you know, we're friendly here. So you can go ahead and twin link.
Nope, but they do have a Voxcaster.
I'm starting to see the benefit of that.
5 points is always worth it, except when it still fails. But it wasn't.
That's unfortunate.
It was not a 12.
That is true, so you can still issue more orders.
Yep.
Since that other order failed to go off, going to issue twin link to the other team full of plasma. That one will go off. So into the Terminators.
First guy.
Yep.
2 hits.
Second guy. 2
hits.
And the pistol.
Hit.
There we go.
Hit.
On 2s. Oh, pair of snake eyes there, but 3 hits, still not too bad. 5 up invulnerable save. And 2 will go down.
Wow.
So it does knock some hot shots out of line of sight, but you still have 8 hotshot lasguns able to fire into the remainder of the squad. 8 shots on 3s. Reroll that 2. There we go, 8 hits. 5s. 3 wounds. And do I roll any 1s? No 1s. So they will stay stick around. Snapshots from this unit of Scions into the Terminator. No hits. The big plasma squad into the Terminator. Ooh.
2 misses.
Oh no!
And one of them might blow up. On a 4, he's okay. He's okay.
Alright, at least he's okay, but still missing with all of them.
No.
That just sucks. Still have 13 hotshot lasguns though going into the Terminator, so there might still be some hope here. On 3s! Ooh, this squad just does not want to shoot that well, does it?
They don't want to live.
Apparently not. But 3 wounds at least. And I'll make all the saves. Command squad gonna fire into the Terminators that they can see, starting with the grenade launchers. 2 crack grenades. 1 hit. And wound number 2.
Wound.
That'll sure wound. But I'll make the save. So 3 hotshot lasgun shots. All 3 are gonna hit. And on 5s. Another wound. Oh no!
That killed him.
That will kill him, but it will knock the bolt pistol out of line of sight. But still, you're starting to whittle down my forces. And with that, we'll come to the end of the shooting phase. Now, thankfully, the units that did take a lot of casualties are fearless, so no need to do some checks there. And this center unit only took 1. I was really expecting to lose a couple more to plasma there, so I'm really rather surprised that that did not happen. So we're going to jump into the next turn as soon as we check the objectives. So at the end of the turn, you were able to get objective 2 and no prisoners.
Alright.
So that's going to put you at 2 points. At the start of my turn, I'll draw another objective and get secure objective 5.
Interesting.
So 5 is right back there. This unit is just going to pop over here. They're going to try and stay out of line of sight of the veterans so they don't get blasted to death from the plasma. These purifiers are going to move through difficult terrain for a total of 2 inches. Okay, they're not really going where I wanted them to. I'm just going to shuffle over a little bit. Over here, just going to shuffle around a bit and bring the incinerator up front. And everyone else just going to get out of that corridor just so I don't get blasted away by plasma over there. These purifiers just going to move forward 6 inches. So there's 2, 4, 6. And they're just going to keep doing what they've been doing and throw off another cleansing flame. And these Terminators, I'm going to do something here. I'm going to Move them there, and I'm going to split Crow off, just so I can have a unit of Terminators eat the Overwatch. My Purgation Squad might as well start moving forward, simply because I'm not going to be pulling Objective 6 anytime soon, since I've already seen it twice. So that is the end of my movement phase. Going to jump into the Psychic phase, D6 plus 14, for a total of 17, and Mike will have 3 warp charges to deny with. I'm going to throw 5 dice at Sanctuary, because I need to make sure I get that 4 up Invulnerable. And I will succeed with 4. Now the Liber Demonica does say I have to reroll 1s on my Manifest attempt, so I'm really hoping this is not a 6.
Nope.
No, okay, so it will go off. I'm going to try and thin the herd a little bit. These guys are going to cast Cleansing Flame. I'm only going to be able to reach 2 of them, but any casualties help. And that will succeed with 3. Would you like to try and deny that?
Might as well.
Alright, so you're going to need 3 6s. Not quite. Dealing 2d6 for a total of 4. And that will just be 2 dead veterans there. This unit is going to attempt to use Cleansing Flame as well, just to try and thin these guys down a bit more. And it will fail. One last Cleansing Flame. Crow is going to attempt to use it. And he will get it off with 2 successes. So we're going to be able to hit 4 guys over here, this entire unit, and then 4 guys over there. So how many hits total? Only 5, so it could have been much worse. Starting against that unit, that will be 4 dead Scions. Against this unit with all the plasma guns, 4 more dead ones. So that is going to get 1 of your plasma guns out of the way. No, just 1, because these guys are closer. And against this back unit here, I will deal 4 more. So the 4 guys I was able to hit are the 4 guys going down. So that is going to be a couple morale checks that have to be made at the end of the Psychic phase. So starting with these Scions over here. They should be good. Are they within 18?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, so they're using that. So 9s. So this unit right here. Yep, they're solid as well. The other one. Oh, you don't get to reroll that one, right?
No.
Ooh, that's unfortunate. But at least they're not going to get destroyed by running away.
They run back
7 inches. So that's just going to take them behind the objective. And lastly, the veterans need to check as well to see if they stick around.
They get
Leadership 8. Oh no.
They're dead.
That's not good. Yeah, 7 inches away. That is enough to just wipe them out. And that will take us into the shooting phase. Not a whole lot to do. Just a couple shots here and there. So let's get into it. Starting over here, just going to lay down the flame template. Going to be able to hit 7 of them. So wounding on 2s with Shred. And re-rolling these 1s for a total of 5. So that is the 2 plasma guns. And then this guy right here. And a couple Storm Bolters going in as well, hitting on 3s. All 4 will hit. And these are going to be wounding on 3s. 2 wounds. Saves against the Storm Bolters.
No.
1 more will go down. Over here, a couple Storm Bolters into these Scions. Gonna hit once, and gonna wound once. So 1 forward save.
Nope.
Do you want to look out, sir, to try and take out the hot shotgun?
Well, it would go to this guy next.
Oh, that's right. He's closest, isn't he?
Yeah.
So just gonna take the plasma gun out. Oh, that wasn't even the sergeant.
No, sergeant's going back.
That's right. Sorry, I thought that was the sergeant I was firing at. And Crow's gonna fire his Storm Bolter into the same unit. So that'll be 1 hit and 1 wound. Save.
Nope.
No, another guy goes down.
That would be the sergeant. We'll do a lookout, sir, on a 4. Nope.
Ooh, sergeant goes down. And that is going to be the end of my shooting phase. We're going to jump into the assault phase. Going to charge in with the Terminators into this unit of... oh, I guess we have to do some morale checks first.
Yep.
Alright, so before the assault phase, the morale over here. So leadership 9, because you're within 18 inches.
We're good.
Oh, you're fine. And then we have another unit over there. Which you're also fine. Okay. So into the assault. There's my assault charge, but you can try an Overwatch.
So 3.
Yep, full ballistic skill. So 8 hotshot las gun shots going into the Terminators. Ooh, that was a little rough. And 1 wound. I'll make the save though. And I rolled 8 inches for the charge, so he's going to get into base there, and he'll just follow in right behind. Going to declare an assault against these remaining scions here, so go ahead and roll your initiative.
Yep.
That's full ballistic. 7 hotshot las guns. Wounding on 5s. 2 wounds. And I'll make them both. And my charge, 7 inches, that is enough. So he will get in, and he will follow around, and everyone else will just kind of jump in where they can. So I'm going to start with this combat over here. I'm not issuing any challenges. Are you?
Nope.
No? Alright. So we'll start off with the halberd and the hammer, and the other halberd, which is within 2 inches. But not the hammer, the sword. Starting with the sword, hitting on 3s. 1 hit, and 1 wound. So 1 more scion goes down. And 6 halberd attacks on 3s. 4 hits. And wounding on 2s. 3 more go down, which I think is the squad.
Wow.
Yeah. They will consolidate 4 inches. And just going to put the flamer into optimal range there. And be done with it. And over here, now this one's actually kind of an interesting one because I have nothing in base there. So I can actually only kill him.
Poor guy.
So he's going to get absolutely murdered. Oh yeah, he's going to get absolutely murdered there. Just need one of these to go through. Yeah, there we go. So one guy gets murdered, but because I had nothing else in base, you now get to pile in and attack back.
Really?
Yep.
That doesn't happen often.
No, but you know, maybe you'll get lucky and these guys will be heroes and take on some Terminators.
I gotta look up what their close combat is.
1 attack apiece, hitting on 4s. 2 hits, and wounding on 5s. 1 wound. Okay, come on, Scion, be a hero.
Watch this. No
hero.
He's really not a hero.
I will only win combat by 1 because I was only able to kill 1. So you have your leadership check to make,
which is 9 down to 8.
Okay.
You gotta love that Clarion Orc, which they still fail.
Okay. I cannot sweep in advance though because I am Terminators.
Running
7 inches. That's just going to take him back. And that will take us to the end of turn 4 Grey Knights. So at the end of this turn, I did not actually achieve any new objectives because I'm not holding objective 5 or objective 4, and I have not gotten Kingslayer yet, so nothing to add as we go into Militarum Tempestus, turn 4. Start of his turn, he's going to draw 2 more objectives, and he's going to get Witch Hunter. Alright, so you just have to kill 1 Grey Knight. That's it.
Can do that. 1 guts.
Something in close. Ooh.
That's not going to happen.
That's a little mean.
Okay.
A couple units need to rally though. They're good. And then this unit right here is also good. They're just repositioning a little bit.
Yeah, this guy's going to move up.
And you are still holding the targeting relay, so re-rolling those 1s with that unit.
Oh yeah.
This unit just going to fall back. I believe they're going into a tactical retreat at this point. Moving back as well.
Not opening the door.
Nope. Keep that door closed. This guy's going to do the same thing. The Tempestor Prime and the command squad just going to move back, get as much shooting in as they can.
Well, no, they're not.
And the Kasserkins, they're going to try and shoot the bejesus out of Crow.
Flamer.
Oh, yeah, that is certainly a flamer. That will end the movement phase. Going to go into the shooting phase. And Bentley put some hurt onto Crow. That will wound. And I have a 2-up armor save from the Artificer armor, which I'll make.
Shots.
Hotshot las guns. 2 hits. 1 wound. And saved. Command squad going to give themselves twin links. They certainly will. Starting with crack grenades. Twin link though, so we roll that 1. Ooh, only 1 hit. But wounding on a 2. There we go. Does it go through? It is saved. Hotshot las guns. Twin links, so reroll that. There we go. And needing 5s to wound. 1 more wound. And it's saved.
Hero, buddy.
Bull pistol. Hits. Come on, be a hero. Wounds. And... no. Save is made.
Page 3.
This unit of scions that it's going to be forced to snap shoot.
But I get 5 shots.
Okay. On 6s. 1 hit. And does it wound?
No.
And just a couple shots from that other squad.
Nothing.
All
It adds
right.
up to a 6.
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. I wish it did at times. So it is going to end the shooting phase. No assault to declare because you did a whole bunch of rapid fire. And you were unable to get any of the objectives, it looks like. So this is the end of turn 4 for the Militarum Tempestus. So looking at the board, looking at the way the objectives have come down, and some of the unfortunate rolls that have been made, Mike and I have discussed it, and you think you're going to call it?
Yeah.
Tactical retreat?
It's done. We're going.
Alright, so awkward left-handed handshake? Alright. So there was definitely some moments in there that that were difficult for you on that. We'll discuss that quickly in the post-game. As always, guys, we're going to have another video in the Vault. You can go ahead and click the link below. It's going to take you right there. If you're a Vault member, you're just going to start watching it right away. If you're not, it's going to take you to a 7-day free trial page. Go ahead and check it out. You'll get access to all our content, all our videos, painting tutorials, quick tips, great stuff. We'd love to see you stick around because, frankly, you know, it's because of you guys that we're able to do this. So if you stick around, we'll keep making this great content for you. And as always, fellas, happy wargaming.